I mean, that's a good question. I think, in a way, my response to these questions is often that this is just the terrain that we're on, right? We're fighting the same battle, it's just the terrain is shifting. And I say that in part to remember that the image is not going to save us, right? The image of what happened in Gaza is not going to save us. You had images of Eric Garner being killed, and that did not save him, right? And so all this talk about, oh, body cameras will save us, or this other technology is going to save us. No, these are the things we have to constantly be struggling in and around and using to our advantage, but there's no kind of like silver bullet that's going to magically get us to the point where those images will matter. And that's precisely the point, is what is the subterranean contents of that media that makes it either matter to the world or not matter? And how is it that we can use that, I think, to our benefit?
I'm probably a little more optimistic about digital media. Just a little bit, not much, but a little bit. I agree. I mean, like, body cameras aren't going to save us, right? And the whole mythology that now with body cameras we can tell the truth, right? It presumes that, because it relies on the assumption that the thing that has prevented us from getting justice is that people just didn't know, right? Which is its own form of kind of structural denial of black voices, of indigenous voices, as female voices, as having the capacity to bear witness. I mean, it ain't like black folk and women ain't been telling this stuff forever, right? So, it ain't like brown folk and Arabs ain't been saying this stuff forever. So yeah, I agree. I mean, body camera ain't gonna save us, digital camera ain't gonna save us. I do like something, I am encouraged. I think about Emmett Till in '55 when we saw the spectacle of his open face casket,
which mattered, right?
It mattered, right? The image mattered, right? And it didn't. The camera may not save Emmett Till, but the spectacle of it certainly allowed us to mobilize in a certain kind of way. The image of the Pettus Bridge allowed America as a tactic. Again, I agree. It's not a silver bullet, but as a tactic, the spectacle of black folk on Bloody Sunday and white allies being just trounced on Bloody Sunday. It mattered, it had a mobilizing impact. But we can't fetishize the image. The image isn't going to change it, but the image can be used as a tactic. And so when we saw Eric Garner's body on the ground for 4.5 hours, that's what got me to Ferguson. And so to that extent, and that's what got a lot of us afraid. Why is this boy, on the ground for 4.5 hours? And digital media combined with social media created a space for us to counter-narrate that struggle. And that's what I find interesting, our ability to counter-narrate that struggle. We've always been able to counter-narrate. I mean, we didn't need digital media for that. I mean, the Amsterdam News was counter-narrating. At one point, Ebony Magazine was counter-narrating. The Final Call has been counter-narrating since 1931, right? So there are these ways, communist newspapers have been, Sunday school literature on plantations, David Walker's Appeal, right? I mean, there are always been spaces for counter-narrating things. But I do think that digital media allows more people to access that. And to do something with it. When we were getting tear gassed in Ferguson, the news outlets were saying that we were getting smoke bombed. They were saying, oh, it's just smoke, it's just a warning. And like when you're getting tear gas, you know you're getting tear gas. Like there's no mistaking tear gas. I've never been confused about when I'm getting tear gas. Right. And we were like live tweeting and showing like, look, this is what's happening. And counter-narrating that struggle forced the world to at least end the illusion to innocence. In Gaza, when we saw the disproportionate force that was being used during the 51-day war in 2014, during the exact same time that the Ferguson summer is happening. I do think America, it was the first time where the needle started to shift a little bit more about in terms of everyday citizens. And that's despite the fact that mainstream media wasn't telling the full story. There was still something about seeing those bodies. Vietnam, something about seeing those bodies does change something. So I think we can strategically use digital media to tell a story. I think we can strategically use social media to tell a story. But these are all corporate-owned entities as well, right? So I think we have to be mindful of their limitations, to use your language, but also the possibilities and the affordances of it. But we can never believe that we can shoot our way, like we can snap our way, or tweet our way, or Instagram our way, or like our way, or go live our way to justice. That just ain't how it's going to happen. It's a material, physical struggle. It's going to require more than that.
Yeah.